Going on? This is Angelo. I'm out here in late November in the rain here in the Pacific Northwest. There's still some leaves on the trees, but most of it's fallen since the winds have picked up. It's colder. We're starting to get a taste of winter now, where the temperatures start to drop even more. So we're blessed with mild weather considering we're up north here, because on the West Coast in the Pacific Northwest, we get pretty decent weather. But I'm gonna stop talking about the weather because that's not the point of this. That's small talk. I'm gonna jump right into it, talking about disposable cups and disposable people. Now, these are two completely separate topics, but they both came up at the same time, and I'm like, hey, let's grab the phone and do a live and talk about it on YouTube Live. Is that where I'm at? Yeah, YouTube Live. So, first of all, disposable cups. Look at this thing. I did not bring my own cup. I always say, BYOC, bring your own cup wherever you go, because you're creating waste, you're creating plastic waste on the planet if you continue to use these. Now, you might be thinking, well, just get rid of the lid, because obviously that lid, that solo lid, is made out of plastic, and non-reusable plastic as well. And even reusable plastic is not completely reusable because it has to be upcycled, not recycled. We think we're just going to use it completely over again. It takes heat, energy, waste, off-gassing, and all that. So the cup itself, now people think that's paper, that's not bad. Actually, it's not. These disposable coffee cups you get everywhere, from Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, your local favorite mom and pop coffee shop. These are a composite of paper and plastic. They put plastic in this so that it will handle the heat of a hot coffee or a tea or whatever hot beverage you put in this. So when you drink this, you're not just steeping the tea or heating up the beans or the leaves, you are also heating up the plastic in this. So I should not even be drinking this, but fuck it, I'm gonna take a chance. And I'm sure one of these is not gonna hurt you, but taking these every day or most of the time, it will bioaccumulate microplastics in your body. Did you know that the average American consumes 5 grams of microplastics per week? That is a credit card size worth of plastic every week. So all little shavings around the mouth, plus you're breathing in and taking in noxious gases in a small amount, but it does bioaccumulate. So that's why I always say it's important to do a gut cleanse. It's important to eat organic, nutrifying foods, because of shit like this that most people don't realize. There's microplastics in everything. If you're drinking out of a plastic water bottle or anything, it's leaching. Don't think that just because it says BPA free that you're good. There's other kinds of toxins that are in even reusable plastics like that. So that being said, that's what I'm gonna have to say about disposable cups. Don't do them. BYOC, bring your own cup. Now, disposable people, well, it ties right into the theme of recent posts here. Did you have a breakup with somebody? Did you find yourself going separate ways and you really didn't want that to happen, and it did? There was something that wasn't able to be worked out because the communication wasn't working. There was some red flags, stuff wasn't working, but you really love the person and you're finding it hard to move on, and they've moved on. And you're like, how could they move on so quickly? And maybe it wasn't even quickly. Maybe it was like 5-6 months, but they met a person right after you, or they're seeing somebody else, and maybe they're trying to hide that to protect your feelings, but you can feel it because they had a lot of free time and now they don't. They don't text back, and when they do text back, it's just like a blip. It comes hours or days later. Sometimes they don't respond at all. So they don't want to talk to you. They want you out of their life. They want to heal from you, but they're not really healed because they are with somebody else. Or they just think that you're so toxic that they don't want to ever talk to you again, even if they tell you that they think that you're great, you're a wonderful person, and they want to be friends with you, even though you have never really had a friendship with them. You've only been lovers, but they say they want to stay friends. Realistically, that typically never works. It can work. You can find a friendship in somebody when you've only been lovers with them, but be real with yourself, man. Most of that stuff never works out that way. So be honest with yourself and realize that when someone says they want to be friends, that usually means they've moved on, they found something else, and you're just a plan B, or they're okay with you in their lives as long as you don't get in the way of what they're doing and they don't want you deeply in their lives anymore. That's usually what it means. But I want you to know that you're not disposable. And a lot of what you're feeling is coming from your ego. You're saying, what does that mean to me? Am I not enough? What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Do they not care? It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with them either, if you think of it in another light. It's basically, they had other plans for themselves. Good, bad, or indifferent has nothing to do with you. So realize that you are enough. And even if you love this person with all your heart, and a lot of us can get stuck in the trap of addiction to trauma, heartbreak, and playing out these cycles. There's a serial monogamist that's always in a relationship. They get out of one, they go right into another one. Maybe they last a long time, and then they get out of that one, they're another one. They can never be alone. Take some time to yourself. Don't be courting and dating and being in relationships nonstop. That's key. Because if you're courting and relationships nonstop, you never give yourself time to heal, and you're just going to drag the problems that you had before into the new relationship. So I kind of feel, and this person in my life who's just started in another relationship, I don't even want to get critical of it, but I want to say for myself, being in another relationship when I'm not over the last one, it's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for most people. So maybe they met the soul connection that they always wanted, but without the inner work, there's no such thing as a soulmate. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. There's no such thing as a twin flame. All relationships take work and they take effort. Now, if you can find somebody that you can you want distance and you don't want to have a very close relationship, so you want someone that's not going to call you every day. You want somebody that's not going to bother you, someone that's fun on the weekend, someone that you just want to hook up with, and someone that you have fun with. Well, I guess that's what you want. I personally want something that's going to sustain and last, and it's going to meet my needs of being with somebody. If you're not over past relationships, if you're not extricating yourself from past relationships, then do the inner work and work on yourself. Stick with yourself. Don't keep bouncing to other relationships. I've done that too many times in my life, and every time I've regretted it. So slow it down and start spending time by yourself. Make friends. Do things that are healthy for you. And, for me, I've found that prayer really helps a lot. Connecting myself with people who have similar values, but not just trying to pretend like I've changed myself 100% and done a 180 on my life and everything's different now, because that's living externally through somebody else. Like somebody else in my life is going to change me. The only one that can change you is you. What's the work that showed up in your last relationship? That's what I'm asking myself. What was not right in that last relationship? Was I a people pleaser? Did I have anger issues? Was I judgmental? These are things that come up for me. Okay, well, how is that going to change by just getting with another person? They're going to like my anger more? They're going to like my people pleasing more? They're going to like my judgment more? They're going to be tolerant of it more? Sure, they might at first. If you get into a relationship with someone new who, everything is a honeymoon phase at the beginning. There's infatuation. That usually lasts anywhere between 12 months to 2 years. And you really get to know a person after you spent time with them intimately. You've shared your deepest, most intimate things with them, with yourself. You need to move forward after you heal. You have to heal before you move forward is what I'm saying. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, you're just going to keep bringing the same problems, the same issues, and the same unhealed trauma into every relationship that you encounter. And who wants that? It's about doing the work. Now, there's some things that never change on some fundamental levels, but if you put in the work, you seek professional help, you find communities where you can build up yourself again and learn more about who you are in a deep level, and accept the responsibility for the parts you've played in your broken relationships in the past. I won't say broken's probably not a good word, but ones that didn't pan out the way you'd hoped. So that's my message for the day. Be kind to yourself and keep the faith, because God is good, and with faith all things are possible. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great day. Blessings.